Crime, Wine, and Chaos contains adult language and graphic content. Listener discretion is advised.
Don't throw in the towel just yet, Chaos Kids. I'm Naomi.
I'm Amber, and this is Crime, Wine, and Chaos. Throwing the towel on us? Don't.
on whatever.
I mean, throwing the towel on some things.
I mean,
not on us, though.
No.
Never on us.
No. Don't count us out yet.
No.
Don't count us out. We're coming back. We're coming back from we're like well into. We took that break and man, I'm just
yeah.
Big sigh.
Uh-huh.
Big sigh.
Gosh.
What's going on with you, sister?
Oh, I just got home from work. It's hot AF in here. Can you hear my AC going?
Not really.
Okay, good. Because it is very hot in here. And
Is it?
Yes. Yes, it is. That's okay.
Okay.
That's all that's going on. I'm drinking a lime San Pellegrino.
Okay.
No alcohol right now. Just vibing. What's going on with you?
I mean, nothing major to report.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still like, I'm kind of in a calm before the storm on the moving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Although the realtor came in today to see the apartment.
How'd that go?
It was fine. Him and the people, they were here for 5 minutes. It was fine.
Oh, okay.
It was no big deal, but
gotcha.
People in
I
my
know.
place, it's like, oh, hi, come on in.
I
Look
hate
around my
that.
house. It's so weird.
I hate that. Yeah.
It's just like, I just did that to somebody else, so I get it,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
anyway.
Yeah.
I got nothing, sister.
Okay,
I got
great.
as far as I know, we don't have any new Chaos Kid Club members.
Mm-mm.
We don't have any new reviews.
No,
right?
No, we got
that
nothing.
I'm aware of. We got nothing. You guys, no movement. Okay. It's
That's
fine.
okay. Everything is fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Okay.
That means that you
Mm-hmm.
are going to tell me a story.
Yeah, this one's a bummer. I mean, they're all bummers. This one's a bummer. Okay. I'm going to tell you about Lauryn Licari. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So she grew up in Beale City, Michigan, which is a tiny place. It has one stoplight.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. She went to Beale City High School, where everybody knows everybody. And this high school, well, it's just the school. It's preschool to 12th grade in one school. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know this story?
No.
Oh, okay.
Orcus is like that.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I guess technically they have two buildings and they're right next to each
Oh,
other.
okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
all the kids go to school in the same spot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So there isn't really anything to do there, especially for teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Lauryn was dating Owen McKinney. It's October of 2020, and Owen and Lauryn had been dating for about a year when this other girl from their school threw a Halloween party, which was something she did every year. And for whatever reason, Lauryn wasn't invited that year, and she was kind of hurt by this.
In this tiny town where everyone knows everyone and their entire class makes up 22 kids or something.
Yeah,
right.
Right. Lauryn's not invited.
Uh-huh.
So, but Owen was invited, and he told Lauryn that she was going to go with him as his +1, but Lauryn didn't want to go after not being invited.
Well, yeah.
She's like, no. About 2 weeks before Halloween, Lauryn and Owen get a text in a group chat from an unknown number that says, "Hi, Lauryn. Owen is breaking up with you. He hasn't wanted you for a while. It's obvious he wants me. I'm not sure what he told you, but he's coming to the Halloween party and we are both down to fuck."
Wait a minute. Is this from the Netflix
Yes.
special that just came out? I watched this.
You did?
Yes.
Did you do a story on it?
No.
Were you going to?
No.
Fuck. All right. Should I keep going?
Of course.
Okay. Fine. Well, then I'll let the Chaos Kids be.
Maybe. I mean, it was pretty sensational, and no offense, but you're not on the socials, but on the socials,
Really? I'm on
it's
the
all
socials.
It was all people were talking about for 2 weeks.
Okay. Well,
There was literally a whole series of them where they were like showing the reveal moment. They were like filming people that were watching it with them who had already watched it as they watched the reveal and like showed their reactions to the
oh
reveal.
my God. This was the most fucked up thing I've ever
It's
watched.
so fucked up.
It's-
Sorry.
okay.
So keep going. Keep going.
Okay. She said, or this person said, it's obvious he wants me. I'm not sure what he told you, but he's coming to the Halloween party and we're both down to fuck. You're a sweet girl, but I know I can give him what he wants. Sorry, not sorry. So the girl who was having the party was Chloe. And Owen asks Chloe if the text messages were coming from her. And she said, no, they weren't. But after the Halloween party, the messages stopped for a little bit and Lauryn and Owen continued to date. Everything was fine. 11 months would go by and then the messages started coming in again. The first one said, how is the happy couple? Are you prepared for the end of your golden relationship? Owen loves me and I will always be the girl he loves. He will be with me while your lonely, ugly ass is alone. So fucking mean. So neither Owen or Lauryn recognized this number at all. Lauryn tried to call the number in hopes that someone would answer and she would maybe recognize the voice, but the person wouldn't answer. And the person texting would address Lauryn by her nickname, which was Low. So she knew that it was someone who knew her. Like,
Right.
you know, more than just like some rando at school.
Right.
So at this time, they're getting between 5 to 10 messages per day.
So fucking obnoxious.
So obnoxious. So Lauryn and Owen first met in 7th grade when they were 12 years old. They liked a lot of the same things. They went trick-or-treating together, and it was shortly after they met that Owen asked her out. And they're so cute. They're so cute. And because the kids were in the same activities, their parents became friends, right? And
Right.
they were like family friends. Yeah. So these text messages become the focus of Lauryn and Owen and all their friends. And it was such a small school that you would think it wouldn't be that hard to figure out who this was, but they could not figure it out. Lauryn would get text messages about what she was wearing. One message told her to stop wearing leggings because nobody wants to see her anorexic ass. I know. Another message said, quote, you are worthless and you mean, you are worthless and mean. You have no fucking life. Owen will never look at you again or talk to you. You fucked up his life so bad and his family hates you for it. He will never in his life acknowledge you again. So fucked up. So eventually Lauryn lets her parents know about the text messages and they told her not to worry about it and just ignore them.
Why didn't she block the number?
I feel like she did, and then it kept coming in from different numbers.
Oh.
And I don't think that's great advice from the parents. Just ignore it.
I don't either.
Yeah. But then the messages started getting worse. They started getting nasty and super sexual. And Owen and Lauryn are 13 at this time.
Right.
It was at this point that Owen told his parents too. And so they started taking his phone at night so they could read through all of the messages from that day. And it gets to the point where they're getting like 50 text messages per day of just like,
Jesus Christ. Like, who has time for this?
I don't know. 50 message. Oh my God. It would drive me nuts.
No kidding.
So at this point, Lauryn and Owen's parents decide that they're going to go to the school in hopes that they could take some kind of action there. It's now been a year since the messages started. And at first, the school officials are thinking that Lauryn is sending them to herself for attention. Lauryn.
Remember that gal whose phone was spoofed or something?
Yes.
And no one ever believed her that there's so many people wouldn't believe her that like she wasn't the one doing it.
Wasn't that in Washington?
Yeah.
Last name
they
started
never
with a
did
K.
figure it out. Yeah, they never figured it out.
Yeah, there was.
Was it the Kuykendall?
Yeah, and there was like, someone was like cutting lemons in the kitchen.
The lemons. I
Oh!
prefer. No, they were cutting limes, and he said, "I prefer lemons."
So creepy. That's fucking
Creepy.
creepy. Yeah, and like Lauryn, like getting text messages about what she's wearing. It's just
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
Mhm. So, yeah, so the principal talks to Lauryn and Owen, and they rule both of them out pretty quickly.
Sure.
So pretty soon, everyone at school knows about these text messages. The principal pulls in almost every student one by one and asks them, but that didn't get them anywhere. So then he starts having Owen and Lauryn let him know the exact time when a text message comes in. And then he would go through the security video from the school to see if he could spot a student on their phone at that exact time, which was sort of a good idea. But the problem was like all of the kids are like on their
They're all on
phone
their
at all
phones,
the
like,
time.
all the time.
So that
Yeah.
didn't really do anything. So they're not able to figure out who was doing this. So Jill, Owen's mom, and Kendra, Lauryn's mom, are talking about it every time they see each other and trying to figure out like what the hell is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Lauryn even blocks the number, but then this person would just get a new number.
Mm-hmm.
The moms tried to get the principal to enforce a no cell phone policy at school, but that didn't fly.
That should have been. I mean, like, why? Like, why? Why do the kids need cell phones at school anyway?
I don't know. Yeah. Here's another nice text message that came in. It says, he doesn't want you. He wants BJ's and sex. We are staying in a hotel with him Thursday, and your sorry ass won't be there. Which is weird that like now they're saying we are
right. And not only that, but like, is she supposed to believe that like Owen's been lying to her this whole time, and there's like somebody else?
I think that's what they're trying to make her think. Maybe, I don't know.
But they're also texting Owen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So now Lauryn is starting to feel like maybe she couldn't trust Owen. But Owen was adamant that he didn't know who this was, and he wasn't hanging out with any girl and getting blowjobs. So ultimately, Lauryn and Owen decided to break up. Just so sad.
I mean, I guess, but also they are like what, 14 at this point.
Yes,
so it's like
but-
it's not like they were going to be together forever anyway. I'm just saying.
I know, but the circumstances are sad.
Sure, the circumstances are shitty for sure.
So they decided to break up. They thought maybe if they gave this person what they wanted, that they would leave them alone. Lauryn is devastated because Owen was her first love. They'd been together for over 2 years.
Yeah.
But they didn't know what else to do. And they agreed that once all of this settled, maybe they could get back together.
Mm-hmm.
But after the breakup, the messages kept coming. One message to Lauryn said, "Kill yourself now, bitch. His life would be better if you were dead."
So fucking dark.
It's so fucking dark. There were actually several messages telling Lauryn that she should kill herself. And so the adults are getting really concerned about Lauryn's mental health and the toll that this was taking on her. So because it's now escalated to threats of physical violence, the parents go to the police. So the police meet both sets of parents along with school officials at the school, and they get the officer up to speed on everything that had been going on. And the parents are pleading for help.
Mm-hmm.
So this officer would pop into the school once or twice a week and get updates from Lauryn and Owen about the messages. During basketball season, Lauryn starts getting messages about the basketball games. There was one game when she didn't score any points, and she got a message saying that she sucked and should just give up. So now they're thinking, okay, maybe it's somebody on the basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. In one text, they referred to someone else who got 12 points in that game. And so when they go back and look at the score sheet, the only person who scored 12 points that game was Chloe, which was the Halloween party girl.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Lauryn and Chloe weren't really friends, and some people described Chloe as being a little bit mean.
Mm-hmm.
But according to Chloe's parents, she was definitely a strong leader with a strong personality, but she was not a bully.
I've seen the documentary.
What are your
so
you thought Chloe was a bully?
Chloe and her parents kind of suck.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, Chloe and her parents both kind of all three of them kind of suck.
Mhm.
And there's some like small town dynamics going on amongst the parental side of all this.
Yes.
That kind of gets glossed over in this whole production on this documentary that
Mhm.
I feel like could have used a deeper dive.
Yeah, and definitely like a my kid is better than your kid, especially with the athletics and the
100%.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So there was that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think also like Chloe's dad was part of the police department,
Mhm.
and you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So the police are looking at Chloe. They talk to her and she says that she was aware that people are saying that it was her, but she says she has nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
They talk to Chloe's closest friends, and her friends say that Chloe would never do something like that. Okay.
Like if Chloe doesn't like you, she's just gonna come right out and tell
Oh,
you. She
yeah,
doesn't
you'll-
need to send a bunch
yeah,
of text messages anonymously.
No, it'll come from her phone number. Yep, for sure.
She'll make sure you know it was her.
For sure.
Yeah.
So the parents are just fed up. They ask the school officials if they can talk to all of the girls' basketball team themselves, and the principal is like, no, we're not doing that. Do you remember the one clip where Owen's mom comes into the school in the morning and she's so exhausted because at this
Yeah.
point they're like not sleeping?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that broke my heart.
It's too much.
Uh-huh.
It's too much.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Lauryn and Owen's parents are convinced that it's Chloe, but Chloe is repeatedly saying that it wasn't her. And pretty
Right.
soon she's getting harassed by the parents a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So Chloe's parents hand over her phone to the police for a forensic download, and they find nothing.
Yep.
At this time, the police have over 1,000 pages of text messages.
Jesus.
Uh-huh.
And it's been going on for like at this point like a year and a half.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, over a year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then a text comes in with a picture. And it was a picture taken at Christmas time. And it was a photo of a new phone case taken at Owen's family Christmas. And the message said, "We dig in his new black phone case." So obviously the only way someone could have captured that picture of Owen's new present on his couch at Christmas would be someone who was at his family Christmas.
Right.
Remind me to circle back to this one.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Put a pin in that.
Put a pin in that. His parents tell the police that the only people who were there or the only person who was there from Owen's school was Owen's cousin, Adriana. Adriana does have some bad history with Chloe, so they're thinking that maybe she's like getting back at her by setting her up.
Right.
So they talk to Adriana and she tells them she has no involvement in this. They ask her if she took that picture of the family Christmas or if she knew who took that picture, and she said she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Then Adriana gets a text from an unknown number saying that they need to get Lauryn away from Owen. She's a bitch and fucked up his life. What the fuck?
They already broke up. What is there left to do?
I don't know. She needs to get away. Mm-hmm. It's now the spring of 2022 and the messages are just constant.
I mean, at that point, I'm just like, why don't they get a new phone number?
Great question. Remember how they repeatedly said that they weren't going to do that?
Yeah.
And they never really said why.
I feel like the mom said something like she shouldn't have to, basically. Like,
But everybody is being robbed of their peace.
Right.
So it's like,
do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
Totally. Yeah. So Owen and Lauren's family say that almost every night is sleepless and the messages are just coming in all night long.
Well, I mean, that's what silent mode is for. Why are we listening to the phone ring or ping all night? I don't. There are solutions here. That's all I'm saying.
Listen.
Like, my phone hasn't made a sound beyond the occasional alarm I've had to set in like 3 years or more. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. So at this point, Lauryn doesn't want to go to school anymore. She doesn't want to play sports anymore. Like, this is just destroying her, right?
Uh-huh.
Another message says, nobody will ever like you, your anorexic ass, you nasty little slut. Uh-huh.
She's a nasty little slut, but isn't having sex or giving blowjobs to her boyfriend at the same time.
Correct.
This all makes perfect
she's
sense.
She's 14 at this point.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Owen's parents are taking his phone like every night, and they're freaking out because the last time that Owen responded to this person, he said, "You're making me suicidal." Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the police are at a loss. So they pass everything on to the FBI Cyber Crimes Unit.
Yeah.
And the first thing the FBI does is a full phone extraction of Owen's phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's now been 19 months since this started.
Insane
in the membrane. Yeah. So Owen started dating another girl who lived several cities away. And as soon as the two started dating, the new girlfriend and the new girlfriend's mom started getting the messages.
Mm-hmm.
So Owen had to break up with her so that she wouldn't be like subjected to
a target.
Yeah. Which, this poor kid. So the FBI is looking at the phone numbers that this person is using, and the agent learns that this person is using an app called Pinger, which is an app that will disguise your phone number.
Right.
Have you heard of Pinger?
There's a bunch of different apps that'll do this.
Really?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
So they submit a search warrant to Pinger, and they get 2 IP addresses hosted by Verizon. So they send a search warrant to Verizon to find out where these 2 IP addresses are, and they are finally able to learn who was sending these text messages. This was supposed to be the big moment that you already know about.
Sorry.
And the sender of the text messages was fucking Lauryn's mom, Kendra.
Fucking Kendra.
Okay, the Christmas picture. Who took that?
Kendra.
Were they there?
They were there.
Okay, I missed that part in the doc because I wasn't sure if the parents were still hanging out.
They were
even though
having
the kids
like a
broke up.
Yes, they were. Yes, yes, they were also there.
That was ballsy of her,
right?
This mom.
Who? We'll get into it.
Okay.
We'll get into it.
Okay.
Keep going. Oh, we're gonna talk about her.
Okay, good. When Owen's mom hears this, at first she's like, "That there must be some kind of mistake," because Kendra and her have been like on a team together this whole time, trying to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
So they get a search warrant for Lauryn's house, and Kendra is there when the police get there, and they tell her that they have a search warrant and they need to talk to her, and she admits it pretty much right away, but she says that she didn't initially start it.
That's her story.
What's the point of saying that?
I don't even fucking
I don't
know.
I don't quite understand what this woman was saying. Somebody else started it, and then she just picked it up from there. They ask her if she's infatuated with Owen, and she said no. They ask her if Owen treated Lauryn badly, and she said no. She said someone else started the mean messages, and then she took over, which didn't make any sense.
None of it makes any sense.
She also said that Lauryn doesn't know anything about it, and she doesn't want to hurt her, and like doesn't want her to know. And the police tell her that isn't really possible.
Like, there's no way she's not gonna know, lady. Sorry.
Yeah. I also thought the police were a little bit too soft on her.
They were way too soft on her.
Yeah. So they bring Lauryn out into the room and they tell Lauryn that it was her mom sending those text messages.
Well, her mom's like right there. I have so many things to say
Yeah,
about
like
all of this
rubbing
shit.
her arm and hugging her.
Yes.
Oh God, it's so cringy.
And they're like letting her, like they didn't. They should have. They should have taken her outside and told Lauryn while she was with her dad.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The mom is like just smothering her with hugs and kisses and like
it's so
it's
weird.
so fucking weird.
It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah. They have Lauryn call her dad on speakerphone and the officer tells him they have figured out who was sending the messages and that it was his wife. So Lauryn's dad comes home right away. And this is when he also learns that Kendra hasn't had a job in over a year.
I think it was almost 2.
Okay. How do you not notice that?
I don't know.
I know that she did all the finances, but they were like in financial trouble. He was aware of that. And wouldn't you ask questions of like, why? What's going on?
But I don't think he was aware of how bad their financial troubles were.
Yeah.
I think she was hiding a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sean, the dad, was under the impression that she was working from home and he had no idea that she was just doing this all day.
Yeah, all day, literally.
Uh-huh.
And all night.
Yeah. The police also learned from Sean that she has other devices. So when they initially asked Kendall to hand over her cell phone because Kendra, she left out the fact that she had other devices. So they are able to get a hold of those. Sean tells her that she needs to leave. She needs to call her parents and get out of the house, like right now.
Bye.
Bye. And she is hugging Lauryn and saying, I don't want to leave her. What? What?
So fucked up.
It's so gross. So Sean calls her parents for her and they're like, you need to come get.
Yeah, come get your girl.
Come get your girl. So when Owen's parents find out that she actually confessed, they could not fucking believe it.
Right?
Jill was disgusted. Owen said he didn't even know how to handle it.
But when you really look at all the messages that were sent, it is so clear that like a fellow 14-year-old is not sending these messages.
What about it was clear?
Especially because of the explicitness of them and like the way that she was talking. It just 14-year-olds don't talk like that. They just don't.
It was an adult trying to sound like a 14-year-old.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Kendra says, we all make mistakes. She really didn't have a logical explanation why she did this. And she still maintains that she wasn't the one who started the text messages and that those first messages around Halloween were not from her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She said once she started with the text messages, she couldn't stop. And it was like she was someone different, someone with a mask on.
Okay.
Lauryn doesn't really believe her mom that those first messages weren't from her. And
no one does.
No. And the evidence showed that all of the messages came from her.
Right.
Yeah. So her mugshot ends up on Instagram and everyone at the high school sees it. So Lauryn gets pulled into the office and told that her mom had been arrested on multiple counts of stalking and using a computer to commit a crime. This poor girl. The judge issued a pretrial no contact order, but Lauryn sent a letter to the judge asking for the no contact order to be lifted, stating she wanted her mom in her life. I don't understand this part.
I mean, this is the complicated relationship of kids and parents.
I know. Kendra pleaded guilty to 2 counts of stalking a minor, one for Owen and one for Lauryn, and was sentenced to 19 months to 5 years in prison. She was released from prison in August of 2024. At her sentencing, she apologized to all the kids that she harmed and said that it was because she had childhood trauma.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So Sean doesn't want to have anything to do with Kendra, but Lauryn still maintained a relationship with her mom while she was in prison. Owen and Lauryn don't talk at all anymore. They see each other in the halls at schools, but they don't have any interactions. It makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Once Kendra was released from prison, it wasn't clear if they had issued a post-conviction no contact order or if Lauryn was just not talking to her yet.
I think there is a post-conviction
Okay,
no
that
contact
was what
for
I
a certain
thought.
period of time. I think it's a limit. I think it has a time box on
That's
it. But yeah,
my impression too. Lauryn isn't sure if and when she wants to see her, but she hopes that someday they can rebuild their relationship. And that is the high school cat. What is this mother doing?
The thing that bothered me about this documentary is that they allowed Kendra to have as much time on it as she did.
I know.
And that she got to like sit there and explain herself.
Which she didn't do a very good job of, because I have no idea what is her reasoning for this.
The only reason that it isn't super shitty that they gave her that microphone is that she did just bury herself deeper because her explanation made no fucking sense.
Yeah. I read one source that, and this I think was just their opinion, that referred to it as like a cyber version of Munchausen's.
I've seen that. I saw that too.
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah. Like she was targeting her daughter and then comforting her daughter for the distress that she was causing her daughter.
Yes. But she is telling her child to kill herself.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But then she targeted Owen's new girlfriend. So it's like, was she infatuated with Owen?
Okay. So when you did your research, did you find the article that went deep on this before the documentary was made? There was an article that went deep on this before the documentary was made. And there was a lot that came out like in those TikToks that I watched where people were deep diving on this. And they were talking about how, Kendra was like super inappropriate with Owen from the start, and that there was a lot of speculation that she herself was like infatuated inappropriately with Owen.
That's gross.
Wow. Like weird stuff. Like she would like, I want to say there was like reference to her like sitting next to him at dinner when he would come to the house and like cutting his meat for him.
Oh,
like,
God.
Shit like that. Like she went even after Owen and Lauryn broke up, like Kendra would go to his games and stuff still. Yep.
God.
So there was like more
in
there than the documentary was really covering. You know?
Wow. Yeah. They did cover, though, how she would like almost pester Lauryn about how she should be responding to Owen, how she should be interacting with him. Like she was really involved in their relationship. Like, go cuddle him and go and say this and say that. And
when you know that in conjunction with the rest, then it all makes it like paints a different picture, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I could not believe that it was her fucking mom.
You know, there was some other TikToks going around that were like, oh, if you're shocked that it was the mom, then you just don't know what small town living's like.
Oh, God.
They were like, hey, that's my town. That's my town they discovered in that documentary.
Wow. Okay.
Like some crazy shit goes on in those small towns.
People are too bored.
They're too bored and they're too close. But not close enough. I don't know. There's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God. Ugh. Anyway.
Well, I'm glad you did that one, sister.
Oh, thanks. Do you have a palate cleanser?
Kind of.
Okay, great.
I did tear up a few times on this one.
That doesn't sound like a palate cleanser.
Well, it's mostly a happy ending. How's that?
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you about the, and now I'm going to apologize up front for pronunciations.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you about the Tham Luang Cave Rescue.
Uh-oh. I do a great impression of a hot dog. Is it that again? Is it Floyd?
No, It's not like Floyd.
Okay.
Saturday, June 23rd, 2018. Naparat Kanthawang, head coach and founder of a junior football team in
Soccer.
That's right. This is global football,
Mhm.
guys. This is global football. So yes, soccer. They're called the Wild Boars. He checks his phone and realizes he has around 20 missed calls from the parents of the boys on his team.
Mm.
They are all worried. Their kids have not returned from practice. He calls up his assistant coach, 25-year-old Ekapon Kanthawang, but gets no answer. He also calls a number of the boys' phones and also gets no answer from any of them. Eventually, he gets through to one of them, Songpan, who tells Naparat that he left practice and did not join the rest of his team for the planned outing they were all going on after they had finished for the day. He told Naparat that Ekapon and the rest of the team had planned to celebrate their teammate's birthday. Pirapat Knight is what he goes by. Turned 17 that day, and they were off to go tromp around in the Tan Luang caves. When their football practice ended, they hopped on their bicycles and rode up to the caves underneath the mountain range towering over Mae Sai.
Mm-hmm.
Once at the mouth of Tham Luang, they stashed their bikes in their bags by the cave entrance. This wasn't unusual.
Okay.
The team and their young coach had often ventured deep in the Tham Luang, sometimes as far as 8 kilometers, for initiation rites, where they would write the names of new team members on a cave wall. And the cave was a favorite spot for the boys, who loved to explore the nooks and crannies of the mountain range towering over Mae Sai.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tham Luang Nang Non is a cave complex beneath Doi Nang Non, which is a mountain range on the border between Thailand and Myanmar in the region of Mae Sai.
Okay.
So it's very it's the very northern border of Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
where it borders Myanmar, and it's pretty rural because there's like a mountain range. There's these caves down there. It's right.
And they have no adult with them, right?
Well, they have their assistant coach.
Oh, okay.
He's 25.
Okay.
That's Ekapon.
Okay.
So the cave system is 10 kilometers or about 6.2 miles long and has many deep recesses, narrow passages, and tunnels winding under hundreds of meters of limestone. It is the 4th biggest cave system in Thailand, snaking for 10 kilometers beneath the mountain. Its full name is Tham Luang Kun Nam Nang Non, which means the great cave and water source of the Sleeping Lady Mountain.
Ooh, that's cool.
Because the mountain range that it's underneath looks like a woman. Many say it looks like a woman lying down.
Cool.
It's very rich in folklore and is a popular destination for day trippers and adventurous children.
Mm-hmm.
It has its dangers. People have gone missing in Tham Luang before. And once monsoon season starts in July, the cave goes from innocuous to extremely dangerous.
Mm.
Part of the system is seasonally flooded, and a sign advising against entering the caves during the rainy season is posted at the entrance. The rainy season is between July and November. The cave can flood up to 16 feet during the rainy season and should only be entered between November and April.
Jeez. Seems like that warrants more than just a sign.
Oh, right.
Uh-huh.
And once the cave floods, it's risky, even for experienced divers.
Mm-hmm.
Almost everyone in Mae Sai knows this. So when the parents and head coach of the Wild Boars realized where the boys were planning to go that day, they headed straight to the cave. They found the bikes, the bags, and some football shoes outside the cave entrance and raised the alarm.
Mm.
Deep in the cave, the Wild Boars found themselves in trouble. It had been raining for the last few days, and the cave system was filling up fast. The boys had been caught off guard by a flash flood. They couldn't get out, and they had no choice but to go even deeper into the cave. Eventually, they found a small rocky shelf about 4 kilometers from the cave entrance past a normally dry point known as Pattaya Beach, which by now was flooded.
Oh, no.
The group used rocks to dig 5 meters deeper into the shelf to create a cavern where they could huddle together and keep warm.
Oh, my God.
Coach Ekapon, a former monk, taught the boys meditation techniques to help them stay calm and use as little air as possible, and told them to lie still to conserve their strength. They had no food, but they did have a supply of drinkable water in the form of moisture dripping from the cave walls.
Okay.
It was dark, but they had flashlights. There was also enough air for a while because the porous limestone and cracks in the rocks meant air could come through.
Oh my God. I'm getting claustrophobic just listening to this. I just wouldn't go into a cave.
You're not a cave diver.
No. No.
I'm totally
I know.
I'm totally someone who would go. I've done cave exploration.
I know you have.
It's fun.
Ugh.
I like it.
Oh.
So they had the right conditions to survive, at least for a little while. Outside the cave, a full-blown rescue operation was quickly forming.
Yeah.
Local authorities called in the Thai Navy SEALs, the National Police, and other rescue teams. Local volunteers also pitched in. Initial explorations into the caves found footprints at one of the chambers, but no other sign that the boys were still alive. Exploring the cave was a challenge. Most of the Navy divers had little in the way of cave diving experience, and the weather wasn't helping. The heavy rainfall continued, and the water level inside the cave was still rising, flooding chambers and cutting off rescuers from parts of the cave.
Are they far enough in there that if they yell at the mouth of the cave, can they communicate at all?
4 kilometers is like about 2 miles.
Okay, so no.
No.
Okay. Shit. Okay.
I think. 3, 2, something
There's no
like
way
that.
to know.
More than a mile.
Okay.
It's more than a mile. The rescue team tried to pump water out of the cave, but struggled, at least at first. At the start, no one really had any idea what to do. They brought in whatever equipment they could think of, small water pumps, long pipes, knives, and shovels, but most of it was pretty useless in this situation. Meanwhile, policemen with sniffer dogs searched the surface above for shaft openings that could provide alternative entrances to the cave system. Drones and robots were also used in the search, but no technology existed to scan for people deep underground.
Right.
They even tried drilling into the mountainside, desperate to find cracks into the cave system that they could squeeze into, and used drones with thermal sensors to try to locate the boys. Rescuers also turned to the villagers for local knowledge. The Thai Navy SEALs found the wild boar member who happened to have skipped the cave expedition, and he told them of a place in the complex that they'd visited before, the Pattaya Beach. This would be the first area that the rescuers would attempt to locate.
Okay.
Because they thought, well, maybe they'll be there. So all the while, a small group of the boys' families kept vigil at the mouth of the cave, including Tham Kantawong, the godmother of the assistant coach, Ekapon. And every day she went up the mountain carrying fruits, incense, and candles. She said, quote, "It was to show respect to the spirit that protects the cave. I asked her to protect the kids."
Oh.
The group gradually expanded to include concerned teachers from the schools with the wild boars attended. One school administrator who was so close to one of the boys, she calls herself his mama teacher. She said they wanted to be the first to welcome the boys when they came out.
Yeah. Oh.
Classmates of the wild boars held group prayers, sang songs of encouragement into the cave, folded paper cranes, and posted messages of hope on school notice boards. Villagers rallied together, donating money and hundreds of packages of food to the relatives of the boys and their coach. That sense of community soon began to spread as the story gained national attention in Thailand.
Right.
Volunteers from other parts of the country flew in, while Thai social media lit up with expressions of love and support. The first international rescuers arrived on Thursday, June 28th, 4 days into the rescue effort. These were U.S. Air Force rescue specialists and cave divers from the UK, Belgium, Australia, Scandinavia, and like loads of other countries.
Right.
Some had volunteered and some were called in by Thai authorities. Others were roped in when it became clear just how monumental the search effort would be.
Can't even imagine.
Over the next few days, they and the Thai divers would fight a constant battle with the elements. They had to swim against a strong current and were often forced back by rising floodwaters.
Oh, no.
On Sunday, July 1st, just over a week after the boys went missing,
God.
the rescuers made some progress. They reached a large cavern that they would refer to as Chamber 3, and it would serve as a key base of operations for the divers.
Okay.
It also happened to be the birthday of Note, one of the Thai cave boys, as they were now dubbed by the media.
Thai cave boys.
The search had to be suspended due to the weather as rainfall increased the flow of water into the cave where the divers were battling strong currents and poor visibility. The search resumed on July 2nd after the weather improved, and that day, 2 big-name British divers made an incredible discovery. They had been braving the cave's narrow, murky passageways for several days, laying out guide ropes and searching for signs of life when the 2 men finally reached Pattaya Beach.
Okay.
But there was nothing.
What? Where'd they go?
So they continued a few hundred meters further and found an air pocket. Standard procedure in this scenario is to surface, shout, and smell when an air pocket is found.
Okay.
They could smell the kids even before they heard them or saw them.
These are the human divers?
Uh-huh.
They can smell them?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
The diver's flashlight illuminated the boys emerging from the little alcove that they had carved for
Oh
themselves.
my God.
They tried to count the boys, and they asked, "How many of you?" And there was one boy in this group. These are all teen boys. They're all between the ages of like 13 and 17. How many are you? And the one boy that could speak English said 13.
Oh.
And they had all been found, and all of them were still alive.
Wow. Oh my God.
The 2 divers spent some time with the boys trying to boost their morale. Then they left them with some lights and promised to return later with food. The whole encounter was recorded on the divers' cameras and quickly posted online.
Oh,
Their
shit.
parents were ecstatic to see their children had miraculously survived. They looked thin, but were otherwise in relatively good shape.
And they've been down there for a week at this point?
I think it was 8 days
Oh
by
my
this point.
God.
8 or 9 days. The boys in Ekapon were quickly joined by a military medic and Navy SEAL divers who would stay with them for the rest of the ordeal.
Wow.
It had been 9 days since they got trapped in the cave. They were starving, and they begged for pad krapao, a rice dish with meat stir-fried with basil, but doctor's orders put them on a special diet of medicated liquid food and mineral water with added vitamins.
Fuck off.
I know.
I mean, that would be. Can you imagine they all get like diarrhea or something because they want to just.
No, there's a real starvation
Yes,
protocol
yeah,
that you
I'm
have to do.
saying
You
they
have to
get-
do like a medically,
They get sick because they want to just chow down.
and your body can't handle it.
Yeah.
Your body literally has to like be reintroduced gradually
Yeah.
to food when you've been starving.
Mhm.
So a third boy, Dom, spent his birthday in the cave that day. Now the rescuers had to figure out how to extract 13 people from a winding, flooded, 4-kilometer-long stretch of caves that even experienced divers would struggle with, and some of these boys couldn't even
Oh
swim.
my God. So are they trying to go back the way they came or continue
They
through
have
the
to.
Okay.
They have to go back the way they came.
Okay. Oh my God.
There's only one way out.
Okay.
The video footage of the astonishing discovery of the children trapped inside this cave went viral worldwide. Overnight, journalists from all over the world descended on the scene as even more rescue volunteers from around the world poured in. And what has now become a theme in such scenarios on Crime, Wine, and Chaos, a small town cropped up at the rural country park by the cave entrance.
With merch and balloons and stuff. Jesus.
I don't think there was merch.
It's a festival though.
But there were food stalls. Some of
God.
them were run by employees of the Thai Royal Kitchen. They served free drinks, hot noodles, chicken rice, and even popsicles.
Oh,
Amber, they had to. There were so many people there. This was literally like an operation now.
well, I hope those poor boys that are down there drinking Ensure can't smell the delicious fucking street food that's happening. God.
Right?
You can't have that dish that you requested, but we're going to fire it up right here so you can
right
smell
outside
it.
the cave.
God.
The restrooms at the park were dirty and stretched beyond their capacity, so people began cleaning them. Workers needed to get up and down the mountain, so drivers offered free lifts. Rescuers were covered in mud, so a local laundromat cleaned their clothes every night.
Wow.
Really, a whole camp was established at the cave entrance, which accommodated hundreds of volunteers and journalists in addition to the rescue workers. The site was divided into several zones: restricted areas for the Navy SEALs, other military personnel, and the civilian rescuers, an area for the relatives to give them privacy, and areas for the press and the general public. An estimated 10,000 people contributed to the rescue effort,
Jesus Christ.
including more than 100 divers, representatives from about 100 government agencies, 900 police officers, 2,000 soldiers, and numerous volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
Equipment included 10 police helicopters, 7 police ambulances, and more than 700 diving cylinders, of which more than 500 were in the cave at any time, while another 200 were in the queue to be refilled.
Oh my gosh.
More than 1 billion liters of water, or 400 Olympic-sized swimming pools, was removed.
Oh my gosh. There was that much?
Yes.
Oh shit. I think I'm not getting a good mental picture of like the magnitude of this.
It was, and there's photographs. I will include lots of
Okay,
photographs
good.
in this. There's tons of documentation, plus like diagrams of all kinds of
Yeah,
things.
I need a diagram.
You'll get a
Okay.
diagram. On July 6th, while on a routine run to deliver air tanks to the boys, one rescue volunteer, former Navy SEAL diver Salman Gunnan, lost consciousness after running out of air for himself. His dive buddy pulled him out and tried to revive him, but Salman could not be saved.
Oh.
He was 38 years old.
Oh.
His funeral took place later that day. His wife said, "Salman once said, we never know when we're going to die, so we need to cherish every day."
Oh. Salmon.
Salman's death drove home the danger of this rescue mission and the risks facing the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Salman was a fit and healthy diver who had also represented Thailand in triathlon.
Jeez.
One of the boys' moms said, quote, "The Navy SEAL had practiced for so long and was so strong, but also died. How about a boy who has never dived before?"
Right. Right. Oh my God.
Additionally, while the rescue team had been working to replenish the air in the cave where the boys were stuck, oxygen levels in that chamber had fallen to 15%, lower than the usual 21%. Thai military engineers attempted to install an air supply line to the boys, but the effort was abandoned as impractical. Time was running out.
Yeah.
The journey through the cave to reach the boys took 6 hours against the current and 5 hours to exit with the current,
Oh my God.
even for the experienced divers.
Wow.
The rescue workers had to deal with rising water levels from the outset. In an effort to drain the cave, a stone diversion dam was built upstream, and systems were installed to pump water out of the cave and divert flows that were entering. On July 4th, it was estimated that the pumps were removing 1.6 million liters, or 420,000 gallons, from the cave an hour.
And is it still raining?
Yes.
So it's just constant.
And they were ruining nearby farm fields in the process of
Well, I'm
pumping all
sure
this
because
water
like
out.
where it has to go as far
It has
away
to go
from the cave, so
somewhere.
it doesn't just go back in.
Yes. So for a while, even like these well-meaning volunteers were inadvertently pumping water back into the groundwater supply.
Oh.
With the help of a dry spell in the weather, these efforts reduced water levels by 1.5 centimeters per hour, but there were heavy rains forecasted for July 8th, so in 3 days. And this was expected to halt or reverse the process and could even flood the position where the boys and Ekapon were trapped.
Mm-hmm.
They had to get them all out of there, like ASAP.
Right.
Rescuers had identified 3 possible options. Train the boys to dive through flooded areas of the cave, a process full of potential for disaster that it was widely considered a last resort.
Mm-hmm.
Pumping water from the cave and waiting for water levels to recede naturally, but this could take up to 4 months, basically the whole rainy season.
Oh my God.
Finding or drilling alternative passages into the cave. So the divers started practicing with some local boys at a swimming pool, figuring out how to transport a child safely underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Other solutions, such as an offer of a
submarine?
child-sized submarine.
Shut up.
Wait for it. Designed by
No. No. Not our friend from Everett.
no worse.
Elon?
Elon Musk's engineers at SpaceX.
Oh boy.
But it was rejected. But not before Musk arrived at the site and visited Cave 3 himself, declaring he would be leaving the tiny sub for them just in case.
I mean, okay.
The local governor said Musk's sub was not practical, and Musk responded that the governor was not a subject matter expert.
Oh.
On a CNN segment, one of the British divers said Musk could, quote, stick his submarine where it hurts.
Whoa.
Calling the mini sub a PR stunt.
Mm-hmm.
Musk then went on to publicly accuse that diver of being a pedophile and hired a PI to investigate him in an attempt to discredit him.
Oh my God.
The diver unsuccessfully sued Musk for defamation, and then Musk made a public apology.
Wow. That fucking escalated quickly. Jeez. Okay.
Finally, late on July 6th, rescuers set up an oxygen supply, and the boys communicated with their parents by writing letters, scrawling hearts and smiley faces on notepaper. The boys told their parents again and again that they loved them and not to worry. And they listed the food that they wanted to eat: fried chicken and pork crackling.
Uh-huh.
One even cracked a joke. Teacher, please don't give us too much homework.
No kidding.
I'm really sorry to the parents, is what Coach Ekapon said in his letter. But instead of being ridiculed or hated, he received only love. Quote, Coach Ekapon, I really thank you for taking care of all the kids and keeping them safe, one boy's relative wrote.
Wow.
So on Sunday, July 7th, 2 weeks had passed since the boys went missing. Out of the blue, the Thai authorities announced they were pulling the boys out right now.
Yeah, because they have 1 day now until the rain starts, right?
I think I got it wrong. I think not the 8th, it was the 10th, but they have 3 days.
Okay.
So it ends up being they have 3 days, and it's the 10th, not the 8th. Sorry, I got some
still
dates wrong
urgent.
there. It's very urgent. It's an emergency.
Mhm.
Quote, there is...
It's an emergency. Well, yeah.
Urgent, emergency. Okay, so... Quote, there is no other day that we are more ready than today, the head of the rescue operations said. Journalists and volunteers were asked to leave the cave rescue site. The rain had finally stopped, and this was the break they needed. Locals had told the Thai Navy SEALs that by around the 10th of July every year, the Tham Luang cave system would be completely flooded. It was time to launch what would later be described as a superhuman rescue effort, one that involved nearly 100 Thai and foreign divers.
Holy shit.
The journey was split into 2 sections. The first, from the boys' rocky ledge to chamber 3, which is that chamber that they were using as their kind of inside the cave system, like rally point.
Okay.
Which was the more difficult one because that was the underwater part.
Okay.
Rescuers made their way for hours through pitch dark waters that were freezing cold, feeling their way with guide ropes. At times, they had to navigate sections so narrow that they could only just about fit a body through.
Oh my God, the claustrophobia.
Each boy was given a full face air mask to ensure they could breathe and clipped to a diver, who then had another a diver that accompanied them. So 2 divers per boy in this leg.
Okay.
A cylinder was strapped to the front of each child while a handle was attached to their back, and they were held face down to ensure water would run away from their faces. The handle made them easier to maneuver around obstacles. At the narrow sections, rescuers had to unstrap their air tanks in order to squeeze through while also pulling along the boy in their charge.
This is, for boys who have never been diving, this has got to be terrifying.
Right.
Oh my God.
It would have been terrifying for experienced divers, let alone for children who were not strong swimmers.
Right.
The Thai government says that the boys and the coach were given anti-anxiety medication to relax.
Okay.
Several sources later told reporters that they were actually heavily sedated and only semi-conscious during their journey so that they wouldn't panic.
So there's no need for them to like actually paddle. They're just dead weight then, basically, to these divers.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Once they reached Chamber 3, it was time for the second phase. This took another few hours.
Oh, God.
Each boy was secured on a stretcher and carried by a team of at least 5 men. At one point, they had to place the stretcher on a raft and pull it across a chin-high pool of water. Rescuers had to winch the boys up a steep slope using a pulley system. In some rocky areas, they formed a human chain, passing the boys hand to hand, while at others, they slid them on top of pipes, pumping out the water.
Oh, my God.
Now, do you see why I was crying throughout the writing of this whole story?
Yeah.
One by one, the wild boars were brought out of the darkness of Tham Luang. They were given oxygen before they were driven off in ambulances to a hospital in Chiang Rai City. Rescuers took them out in 3 batches over 3 days. They needed time in between to replenish their air tanks.
Mm-hmm.
By the time the last batch of boys and the coach, who was last to come out, were out, water levels were starting to rise again as rapidly as 30 centimeters in 1 hour. It was Tuesday, July 10th, the day that locals said the cave would be completely flooded. But while the boys were out, there were still people left on the rocky ledge deep inside the cave. The Navy SEAL divers and the medic who had looked after the wild boars, as well as Richard Harris, a famed Australian cave diving expert and doctor. They emerged shortly after the last boy was taken out. It was not a moment too soon as a pump suddenly stopped working.
Oh, my God.
Floodwaters rushed in, sending workers that were clearing up the site running. On Facebook, the Thai Navy SEALs posted on their official Facebook page, quote, "We are not sure if this is a miracle, science, or what."
Shit. A little bit of both.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
In Chiang Rai, crowds lined the streets leading to the hospital, cheering on the ambulances. Car horns blared. Thai social media was inundated with posts, hashtag thank you, hashtag heroes, and hashtag Huya, the signature Thai Navy SEAL chant.
Mm-hmm.
All around the world, millions of people who had anxiously followed the story celebrated the return of the wild boars.
Wow.
Dressed in gowns and wearing face masks, the Thai cave boys sat up in their hospital beds and waved to the world. On Wednesday, July 11th, the media got its first post-rescue glimpse of the wild boars in a Thai Navy SEALs video. Some made victory signs at the camera.
Wow.
Their parents were not by their side. They were behind a viewing window, some sobbing with joy. The government said it was necessary to quarantine the boys to protect them and others from infection.
Mm-hmm.
But this didn't stop the prime minister from visiting in person,
Oh,
getting himself a photo op.
sure. Mm-hmm.
At the hospital, the boys and Ekapon were put through a series of health checks. Sunglasses were a must at first. Their eyes couldn't handle the light after being in the dark for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Hospital authorities said that some of them had minor lung and eye infections and needed antibiotics. But apart from that, they all appeared to be healing well.
Wow.
Following the incident, cave diving was incorporated into the training regime for Thailand's Navy SEALs to better prepare them for similar emergencies.
Shit.
The FIFA president invited the boys in Ekapon to attend the 2018 World Cup final, but they were all still in the hospital when it happened. FC Barcelona invited the team to play in their International Academy tournament in 2019 and to watch a first team game at their home stadium. England and Manchester City defender Kyle Walker offered to send football shirts to the team because he noticed that one of the rescued boys was wearing a Three Lions jersey. In October 2018, the boys traveled to the UK to attend a Manchester United home match, and they were all invited by the International Olympic Committee to the opening ceremony of the 2018 Summer Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires.
Shit.
Western media wanted to know why Ekapon wasn't facing criminal charges for leading the group into the caves, despite the warning sign at the entrance. The boys had entered the cave on June 23rd, and the warning starts in July. Local communities, as well as the boys' parents, emphasized that they did not blame the boys or their coach.
Right.
The rain had arrived a month earlier than usual. One of the British divers said, quote, "Nobody's to blame, not the coach, not the boys. They were just very unlucky. It wasn't just the rain that day. The mountain is like a sponge, and waters from earlier rain were raising the levels. He himself had been planning to make a solo venture into the cave on June 24th, the same day that he got the call about the missing boys.
Shit.
While the police chief told reporters he hadn't ruled out pressing negligence charges against Ekapon for putting the team in danger, no calls were made to take legal action against him.
Yeah.
A number of lawyers said that the coach would probably not face criminal charges because Thai law also takes into consideration whether a person has malicious intent.
Mm-hmm.
In mainstream media, Ekapon has widely been held as a hero and was a calm voice that helped the boys to beat despair in the darkness.
Yeah.
One of the boys' fathers, when asked about charging the coach, said, "We would never do that. The boys love their coach, and we as parents don't want it either. Coach Ek has been good to my boy, and now I hear how he gave them hope and he kept them calm for so many days without food. I have great admiration for him." And another parent was touched by the actions of the team's coach. Without him, he doesn't know how the kids could have survived.
Yeah.
When the rescue operation was done, the Tham Luang non-cave and adjacent forest park were immediately closed to the public. Realizing the massive tourism potential, the Thai authorities announced plans to turn the cave into a living museum to showcase the multinational rescue effort.
Okay.
The head of the rescue mission and former governor of Chiang Rai predicted that the area was set to become a major attraction for Thailand, and the deputy head of National Park said, "We are lucky that we are going to have a world-class tourist attraction."
Oh boy. Sure.
The site could not be reopened until the whole place was made safer. Also, the area was largely undeveloped and had limited facilities for tourists. It wasn't made for massive amounts of visitors. To honor those involved in the rescue operation, a mural was created by a team of local artists. It first went on display at Wat Rong Kun, a Buddhist temple in Chiang Rai province, before being moved to a memorial pavilion near the Tham Luang cave entrance in December of 2018. Salman Kunan, the former Thai Navy SEAL who died, is commemorated with a twice life-size bronze statue situated in front of the memorial pavilion. The statue depicts Salman with 13 wild boars at his feet, symbolizing the 12 boys and their football coach.
Oh.
It's so sweet.
Oh, that is sweet.
After the forest park was reopened in 2018, thousands of tourists flocked to the site, but they were not allowed inside the cave yet. The cave was officially opened to the public the following year in November 2019 in an inauguration ceremony attended by monks, Thai government officials, and forest rangers. This was the first time since the rescue that tourists had been allowed to enter the cave itself, although there was a limit of 20 people at a time, and they were only permitted to visit the main entrance cavern. At around the same time, Tham Luang was upgraded from a forest park to a national park. Forestry officials said that prior to the rescue, around 40,000 tourists had visited the area each year, but more than 1 million had visited since the park reopened the year before. I know.
Jeez.
In recent years, the cave system has been reopened in phases for public access and adventure tourism. The first two chambers were opened to the public in July 2023, with large groups guided as far as Chamber 1 multiple times a day, while smaller groups could visit Chamber 2 on pre-booked guided tours. Limited tours to the third chamber, which served as the hub of the rescue operation, began in December 2023. Accompanied by licensed tour guides, small numbers of tourists can experience the obstacles encountered by the rescue teams and understand the extremely complicated rescue work that was carried out in July 2018. The equipment used by the divers, including ropes, cables, and oxygen tubes, remains untouched as exhibits for the visitors to view for themselves.
Wow.
The area after Chamber 3 remains closed to the public, but there are plans to open it up further in the future for more experienced cavers to explore. Back at the cave entrance, display boards give details of the rescue operation, and some of the bicycles are still standing where the boys left them on the day they entered the cave.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And that is the Tham Luang cave rescue.
Damn, sister. That gave me the chills.
Right?
Wowzas. That was good.
I teared up so many times. I mean, I'm also like right on the verge of starting my period, so I'm really emotional and like easily triggered. But like there was just a lot of emotions.
That's a lot.
In that one.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to those pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot. It was a very documented process, like event. It's very well documented.
Shit, sister.
And these boys are so adorable. They're so cute. They're like teenage boys, and they're all like smiley and they're adorable. And I just
Wow.
And they all lived.
Yep, they all lived. That is wild. And just in the nick of time.
Just in the nick of time.
Fuck.
Just bad luck.
Uh-huh. God. Wowzas.
There you have it.
Thanks.
We did it. Yeah, we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Sister.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
I love you so much.
That was so chaotic.
It was.
I didn't say any of the things I was supposed to say before I said that.
No. Let us have some news for the next episode.
Yeah, leave us a review. Join the club.
Yeah.
Patreon.com, yakety yak, slash that back, crime, wine, and chaos.
Right.
Typey over on an Apple product. You guys know. You hear this every. See, why do we have to say this every time?
I mean, we could have a brand new listener.
Oh, we could. If you're brand new, we apologize.
Yeah. Welcome.
This is not our best work.
Yes, it is. This is as good as it gets. Don't sell them a false anything. This is as good as it gets. We have a Patreon. We're on all the things. Give us a review. Join the club. That's it.
That was so chaotic.
I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Goodbye. Crime, Wine, and Chaos is produced by 8th Direction Records. Artwork by Joshua M. Davis. Music by Jeremy Williams. If you would like to support the show, you can visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/crime, wine, and chaos. Cheers!